What you'll hear is a bit of background on my side. I apologize for that, but I hope you can all hear me. So the purpose of obviously the meeting is to plan the next phase of what we are supposed to do. The work has been done on the ground to do chapter 1. Work has been done on the ground to do chapter 2, where there's still some work to be done there. We have sent you the feedback today. So please attend to that feedback. The worrying concern I've picked up with the supervisors is that they've been letting me know that they've had situations where students are not making changes that have been requested to them. So I think one of the things we now need to do going forward is, as the students, please take the process seriously and just make the changes as is requested. Okay, so for the next set of activities and tasks that you're going to do, we're giving you a period of about 2 weeks to be able to do, which includes the changes that are from the literature chapter, and also your focus on the importance of the next chapter, which is the methodology chapter, which is what I'm going to put up just now. So you will notice that the process as we have been doing it is very iterative, which means that it's going back and forth, back and forth. The next chapter that you're going to work on is the research methodology chapter. But in addition to this chapter, I'll also be sending your supervisors and you the results of each and every one of your models that you're working on, so that you can also have a look at how those models fit in, and also have time to talk to the supervisors. I will also send the supervisors the models. We've tried to put a structure to the methodology chapter, and then this is what I'm projecting on the screen right now, where we've put the design and the methodology combined together. And then you'll find that you will have the following headings. So these are the headings that we expect to be in that document. The introduction, I always say write this last, because this is usually the end of the document, where you summarize in the start of it what the chapter has done. And then the next thing is the paradigm, which you already know that all the studies are inclined towards positivism, and you've already done this, particularly in your methodology. What we will not accept, and I need to repeat this, please do not go and copy what you have done in chapter 1. If you do that, that is a form of plagiarism, which is called self-plagiarism. In other words, you're copying yourself. So please make sure that you just 2-3 paragraphs explaining with different sources other than the ones that you've used in chapter 1. And then you do the design, the research design, which you've already done before, and you do the method, and all of you are using a quantitative research method. You then go to sampling. The type of sampling that we used here is okay, so in the sampling chapter, you explain what sampling is about and why is it important. The sampling approach that we've used is non-probability sampling, particularly using a convenient sample. So you need to put some sources there and explain what that is about. The sample size, this is the part where I will be talking to your supervisors who will explain what goes in here. We were working with a sample size of wanting at least a minimum of 150, but wait for further instructions on this with your supervisors, because I will send them the documents with the results, and that will show them the sample size that we worked with. The data collection procedure, you will just need to mention here that data was collected through government departments in the Eastern Cape province. Again, when you see the results, when you report the the type of tables that you've got, which will show you where these the biographical information about the different types of um, public service entities that we work with in terms of their numbers and also in terms of the demographics. So there is a document that will come later on today, in addition to this document, which will show you these procedures. Questionnaire design. In fact, I think let's not call it questionnaire design. Let's just call it the instrument. Here, you just tell us about the instrument. You've already done so in chapter 1. So it's just a matter of telling us again what the instrument is. You have decent work, turnover, intention. Tell us those Cronbach alphas of those different instruments, scales rather. The analysis, we used the SEM or the structural equation modeling technique, and you will see the models in the other document I'm going to send. And then you can tell us steps taken for validity, what we used. What you can talk about here is something called face validity. So in other words, we sent the questionnaire for scrutiny with other people who are experts in the field. And you can also talk about something called construct validity. Upstairs. And then we can talk about reliability, which is the Cronbach alpha coefficient. In the results that I'm going to send to you and your supervisors, you will see the coefficients of the scales that we found. So this work, and then the ethical clearance process, where you merely tell us that you applied for ethical clearance, which is the good news I wanted to share. We have received the ethical clearances for that, and I will be sending them to you a little bit later on. So you'll be able to now know what your ethical clearance number is, and in the ethical clearance certificate that you're going to receive from me. And basically, the last part of the chapter will be the conclusion. Right. So what we're expecting from this exercise now, you will need to work a lot with your co-supervisors. They will, before the final submission of the document that you're going to be working with, they will be the go-to people. What am I sending you? I'm sending you chapter 3, the template that we've been talking about. I'm also going to send you your ethical clearance certificate. I'm also going to send you and the co-supervisor the results of the study. And also some of those results will need to be integrated into the methodology, particularly if you like. Some people report the demographics in the methodology section. I'm not fussy about that. It's an honors study, so it's not too hectic, but also just so that you get a feel of what is expected of you going forward. I don't know if there's anybody with any questions. I don't want to prolong the meeting. Any questions? Most of these documents you will receive by 6-7 tonight. Okay, if there are no questions, I'm also going to put the video up for those who could not attend. So what does this mean? Well, it simply means you now have chapter 1 done, chapter 2 done, chapter 3 done. Chapter 4 will be assisted to you through liaison between me and the co-supervisor. So basically, you've got 4 chapters done. And please, let's work diligently. Please go and make the changes that were recommended in the literature review. I'm noticing people are not making changes, and let's respect the amount of time that the co-supervisors are taking in providing feedback. Please make the changes. If there is something you don't understand, approach us and ask to say, I didn't understand this change. How do I address it? Okay, any questions, colleagues, before we end? It's a short meeting, but any questions so far? So we are on schedule. I remember we said we would love to send this by November. So if we can finish and work diligently, in October, we'll be able to see how everything looks by end of October, and polish up with language editing and ethical clearance. what's this, turn it in, checking, and all of that, so that we are ready to submit. Okay, any questions or comments before we end?
No questions for now,
Nothing
Prof.
from my
Thank
side.
you.
Africa, you've unmuted. Go ahead. You say something.
No, I was saying I've got no questions from my side.
Hi, Africa. Go ahead.
No, I was saying I've got nothing from my side.
Okay. Okay, no problem. Okay. All right. I will send the link to the video so that you can have a listen again, and then we take it from there. So good progress. Let's keep pushing. Let's make the changes, and then let's see how things will look in 2 weeks' time. And I'll also send the new proposed date for the deadline for whatever we have done from chapter 1 to chapter 3. Okay. All right. I'll send the video, Bramwell, to Darlington since he didn't join. Yeah, to everybody else as well.
Oh, sorry, Prof.
Okay, thank you, Prof.
Okay. All right. Check it.